Welcome to a nourishing midweek lunch hour conversation with Spokane's newsmakers, thought leaders, and popular entertainers. Spokane Talks Live is brought to you by our friends at Homes for You and Breakthrough Incorporated. Welcome to Spokane Talks Live. Welcome to Spokane Talks Live. Kent Adams sitting in for Collin Pittman, who sits in for me. But Collin's in Texas at Texas Christian University, and he's doing all his pre-stuff for school that he will enter and be a part of later in August. So he's down there for a couple of days, so guess I got to work a little bit. Hey, hope you're having a good day. It's June 26th, a nice day out there. Almost a week to Independence Day, and let's remember it's Independence Day on July 4th. Irritates me when they say Happy 4th of July. It's Happy Independence Day. Some good program today. Stephanie Cates, my friend from Rescue, is going to talk about Mosquito Repellent Week and all of that, all the good stuff, because and she's got something to protect me. I need protection. Then Collin, in a pre-recorded program, is going to talk with our June Youth Spotlight nominee, and that'll be an interesting segment in the B block. And then my conversation with Mark Dahlstrom with North by Northwest on the set out at Eastern Washington University of Z Nation. Mark was one of the founding members of North by Northwest. Next on Spokane Talks Live.
For the Inland Northwest's most comprehensive sports report, think outside the porch with Spokesman.com. For just 99 cents for the first month, you'll enjoy unlimited digital access to the news and sports news that affect you most. From EWU to WSU, from Northwest Preps all the way to the Seahawks, we're the local authority that makes sports in the Inland Northwest different than the rest, better than the rest. On your phone, on your desktop, and on your tablet. Subscribe to the digital experience with Spokesman.com.
See you tomorrow night, and thanks again for taking care of the painting.
I got this.
Bye.
Weekends are made for painting. Let the experts at Rada Paint take care of you.
Hi. This looks amazing.
Rada Paint, over 80 years of quality, tradition, and trust. Find it in every can.
Well, welcome back. Kent Adams here with Stephanie Cates. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
You've had a busy couple of years
with
work and the local GOP and everything else. You keeping it all together?
Yeah, well, it's summer.
Yeah,
We're
it is.
enjoying summer.
And summer, right? With summer comes
bugs.
pesky little time, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I was saying something you told me earlier, and I don't remember the exact title. It's Mosquito Week.
Mosquito Control Awareness Week.
Okay, great.
So we know mosquito season is here,
Oh,
but
yes.
now it's official.
Oh, okay.
So
what does that mean? How do we combat these pesky little things?
Well,
other than putting away and making sure we don't have standing water and
right,
those kinds of things. You know,
yeah.
we can do some prevention there, but you also have a solution.
We do have a solution. So we came up with a product. Actually, it was originally developed for the Department of Defense.
Okay.
And in 2007, we applied for a grant with the DoD to protect soldiers from sandflies and mosquitoes. They were getting bitten overseas in the Middle East.
And how they could have used that in World War II in the Pacific,
Sure.
right?
Right.
You think about that
right.
with malaria and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So the grant was for a spatial mosquito repellent and sandfly repellent.
Okay.
And spatial meaning it's going to protect the space, kind of like a little force field around you.
Okay.
So there's spatial repellents and topical repellents. Topical repellent would be
You
something
put
you
on.
spray
Okay.
or a lotion that you put on your skin, but the insects can still land on you. They just don't like the feel of it when they do.
Oh, okay.
So this actually keeps them from landing on you. It kind of confuses their antenna. And
I confuse people all the time, but I'm not sure about mosquitoes.
right. So they can't locate you.
Okay.
And it's a blend of all natural essential oils.
Really?
Which, that's the big thing right
So
now,
no harm
essential
to
oils.
humans.
No, no, absolutely not. You know, there are a lot of dangers with DEET
Yes.
that
Yes.
people talk about. It is effective, but, you know, when you slather it on, it kind of gets in your bloodstream. They don't advise putting it on children more than once a day, and it only lasts about 90 minutes. So what are you going to do?
Kind of like, what's the
You
point
know,
almost?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So is this the little...
that is the device.
So if
it's
I
called
put
the
this
Go Clip.
on,
Yeah.
then what kind of area am I protected? I mean, a foot away, a half a foot
So
away?
that's just kind of the immediate space around
Okay,
you.
okay.
They don't like that scent, but you know, we don't have smell-o-vision here yet
yet.
on Spokane Talks Online.
Soon. It's coming next year.
It's coming, right. But, you know, you can smell that, and it's
Yes.
lemongrass, clove, peppermint, and cinnamon oils.
Oh,
So it's all
okay.
natural.
Wow.
And, you know, it's a pleasant scent to you and me, but the insects don't
Yes.
like it.
Yes.
So yeah, so we've been selling this to the consumer market for several years.
Okay.
And you know, it's starting to catch on.
Okay.
There are a lot of other things out there that maybe don't work as well, and you know, that claim to have this long-lasting repellency,
Right.
but we really stand behind our product and what we say, and we have all the testing behind it
Right.
with our lab.
And one of the
Locally.
things, not only do you have the lab here in Spokane, you assemble and put everything together here.
We do.
You manufacture
We
it here, don't you?
Yeah,
So,
so-
how many jobs? I'm always interested in the number of jobs.
Well, it increases during the summer, spring
sure.
and summer, because we hire seasonal people
Okay.
to help, you know,
Okay.
assemble all the products that go out the door. But you know, roughly it's about like I think it's 120 to 130
Wow.
people.
Okay.
So yeah, we are committed to keeping jobs local.
Yes.
You know, keeping people employed here in
Right.
Spokane, and we also source a lot of our materials locally as well. So our packaging, a lot of our corrugated and cardboard packaging is made in Spokane.
You know, that's what I love. And there's so many companies like yours that you just don't hear about in terms of the job side of things. You hear about the product. I hear about Rescue and the products you have all the time. But sometimes we don't talk about the jobs and the effect it is on the economy, which is so
Sure.
positive, and sourcing things here and so forth.
Right.
And I remember when you gave me a tour, it's probably been a year and a half now, of all the flags hanging. Tell
Yes.
tell our audience about that.
No, we in our manufacturing facility we have a wide array of flags, the American flag and the Washington State flag
Right.
being first, but then you see a lot of other flags that you really don't know, you know, what these countries are.
Right.
And these are flags that represent the countries of people who are employed.
I think that is
at-
so neat.
At Sterling,
Yeah.
at Rescue. So a lot of them are refugees who've come here to
Right.
have a better life and contribute to their community. And so there are people from Ukraine and, you know, Middle Eastern countries and Pacific Island countries.
And when I took the tour, it looked like everybody was enjoying what they were doing.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
because sometimes you think of these places as sweatshops, and it's not.
No.
It's a pleasant place to work. I know you've had parties and things there. You celebrate with your employees and so
Yeah.
forth. Let's also talk about your other products, because some of us know the fight against the crazy, not bees, but
Well, yellow jackets.
Yellow
so,
jackets,
you know,
yes.
if you're a Spokaneite and you don't know what this is, do you even live here?
No,
Right?
you can't.
No. So this is what most people know us by
Right.
is our yellow jacket trap, and yellow jackets are always a problem.
Yes.
Here in Spokane, we have a dry climate, and they thrive in that hot weather.
And some of us have wives that are allergic to bees and yellow jackets and all that
Yes.
too. So it's
Yes.
really important to prevent that.
Yeah, we know of people who, you know, if they're stung once,
Yes.
they can be in danger of losing their life, their
Yes.
heart stopping,
Right.
everything. So those insects are always a problem, and this is a great product for that. So in addition to this mosquito repellent that you clip on,
Right.
this is something that you would have in your backyard, your patio space, your deck,
Right.
to protect a 300 square foot area. So
okay,
it's the
okay.
same concept. It uses the essential oils. It's in a long-lasting form that's going to, you know, kind of surround you.
So where you're sitting, where you're barbecuing, or the front porch where you might be sitting to talk to the neighbors as they walk by,
Yeah.
those are the areas to put, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
know,
you have a couple of varieties, though. I mean, you have the kind of the standard and a little fancier
Yeah, it's a little decorative, you know. Why not make it appealing to the eye?
Some lady got that idea, right? Because that wouldn't have been one of us guys.
Exactly. But, you know, mosquitoes with our lakes, they're
Yes.
always a problem.
Yes.
So they transmit a lot of diseases that we have to watch out for. West Nile virus. We usually have a couple cases here locally in the summer of West Nile virus in humans.
Yes.
And the Zika virus has been in the news. So, you know, we really want to make sure that people are protected and they know how they can do that.
Where can people buy these?
Well, the mosquito products are available at Ace Hardware,
Okay.
Fred Meyer, True Value.
Pretty much where all of us shop.
Pretty much, yeah.
okay.
Hardware stores,
Okay.
you know, home improvement stores, and then you'll see a lot of, you'll see this everywhere.
Okay. Will they be in markets?
In
In the market, like Rosars and places like that?
sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But again, probably in your standard Ace and other places that you're
Mm-hmm.
shopping for. At this time of year, we're always shopping for yard stuff. So
Yeah, exactly. So,
Well, Stephanie, that's great. Congratulations on having a product that really deals with mosquitoes, because I know in one side of our yard we've got kind of a damp area,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got some little wagons and things out there for hauling things that you get a little rain and it's water
yeah.
at the bottom, so it's attracting them.
Exactly.
You go
They-
out and try to empty as often as you can, but
drain, dress, and defend. Those are the 3 Ds of mosquito control. So draining that standing water, even just a little bit
Makes a
in a
difference.
flower pot or something, they can breed and lay their eggs, and then there's an
Okay.
explosion.
now you're going to leave some stuff for us to give away, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Yes, I
we'll
am.
talk
You
about
know.
that next week. Hey, Stephanie, so good to see you. All right, and all that you do for the community, too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ken.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with Collin and the June Youth Spotlight Award winner.
Welcome to Tom Sawyer Country Coffee.
Tom Sawyer Country Coffee only roasts the finest organic coffee for our signature blends. Enjoy a cup at our coffee shop and local businesses and organizations across the region.
I'm Tom Sawyer and we choose the Pacific Northwest.
Last year alone, Avista customers saved over 53 million kilowatt hours of energy. Enough to power more than 4,000 homes for an entire year. Way to save, everyone. Way to save. Find your way to save at avistautilities.com.
What? You haven't been to the library lately? Stop in today and see that the library is more than books. Spokane County Library District facilities feature on-site technology, including Wi-Fi, computers, and printers, as well as free use of meeting rooms. The Library District offers events and programs for all ages, from story times to career development and employer classes to Social Security workshops. Our staff is well trained and happy to help. Find out more about your library at scld.org.
I'm Diane with Greater American Construction. Welcome to the Youth Spotlight program. We're happy you tuned in. We are pleased to partner with Spokane Talks Online to promote this wonderful new program. My husband and I started Greater American Construction over 23 years ago. We are a small family-owned remodeling contractor specializing in siding, windows, and roofing. Our focus has been beautifying residential homes in and around the Spokane area. Along with our dedicated foremen, who have been with our company for an average of 13 years, we pride ourselves on customer satisfaction. We have found Spokane is still a small community and feel the clients we've partnered with over the years will remember us long after they sell their home because of our relationships we've built. Greater American Construction supports many community organizations to include Girl Scouts, the Jonah Project, Chase Youth Foundation, Gonzaga Basketball, Miss Spokane, and many others. We are very excited to be part of the Youth Spotlight program by partnering with Spokane Talks Online and can't wait to see what our outstanding youth are doing here in our community. Please enjoy the segment and call Greater American Construction for all of your windows, siding, or roofing needs. Thank you.
Hi everyone, and thanks for joining us on this June edition of Youth Spotlight, brought to you by the Spokesman Review and Spokane Talks Media. We are very fortunate to have the June nominee with us right now, Elena Logani from Gonzaga Prep High School. Didn't want to mess that up. Okay, Alina, first of all I can say is wow. You are really the role model student that I think we all strive to be. Reading through some of the things that you have done, you have scored a perfect 800 on your SAT literature exam. You're a 4.0 student. You're taking incredible courses at Gonzaga Prep, or were, as now you've graduated. But really just the student that we all strive to be. And I think, first of all, just kudos to you for that. But before we kind of dive into that, I want to backtrack and talk about how you are a pretty well-traveled gal. You've lived in a lot of other places, not just Spokane. So kind of tell us the story there. Where did that all happen?
Sure. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, lived there for approximately a year, moved to New York, lived there for approximately a year, so I don't really remember the two of those. I do remember Atlanta, Georgia, which is where I grew up, and I moved to Spokane when I was about 10, so I lived in Atlanta about 8 years before moving here, and then my parents immigrated from India, and so that's a whole nother country aspect to that, yeah.
Neat. So you have always gone to Gonzaga Prep, though, for high school?
For high school, yes.
For high school. And so what are the kinds of courses you've taken? Have you taken AP courses? I know you've taken really rigorous courses.
Yeah, I kind of go by the motto of go for whatever will challenge me, because I like basically everything. It's my problem. I can't decide on anything. And so I'll try to take the hardest courses and whatever interests me.
And it's easier when you're passionate about it.
Yeah, definitely.
If you really like what you're learning about.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you have done some pretty incredible things in your high school career, one of which you were one of 60 students around the world to be selected in a really prestigious summer program. So why don't you tell us about that and what that is?
Yeah, the Telluride Association summer program, which I went there and it blew my mind. Honestly, I still consider it one of the best decisions I've ever made to apply there. But it's a summer program that essentially it's a 6-week summer scholarship in one of two universities. So last year's mine was at Cornell, but the other branch was in University of Michigan. And you have 2 seminars in each college. And so I was accepted to a creative writing seminar in Cornell, but there were 3 other seminars going on at the same time. And I was actually living in the same frat house with the other 13 kids who were in the other seminar. So there were about 27 of us in Cornell last summer.
Wow.
And yeah, it was mind blowing. I was among people from all over the world, actually.
And so what did you do at the summer program?
Right.
What types of things did you guys do?
Yeah, so it has 3 pillars. Sorry. Intellectual inquiry, self-governance, and community service. And so you kind of do all 3 of those, where you're in the same area for 6 weeks. So the self-governance part is you're given a budget, and all 27 of you are like living by yourself, managing yourself for those 6 weeks.
Wow.
You're kind of guided by 2 factotums, as they call it, but they're not really there to tell you what to do, just to make sure you're being safe.
That's really neat.
And then the intellectual inquiry, of course, is a seminar where we talk not only about creative writing and literature from a diverse array of voices, but also about social justice issues in the United States. So we talked a lot about marginalized groups and racism, sexism, all of that stuff. And then in terms of community service, we had 2 community service projects that I actually organized while I was over there, and that's the community service aspect of TASP, where we have to partake in 2 projects over the summer.
That's really neat, and it sounds like very hands-on.
Very
definitely
hands-on.
An experience that not every student gets.
No.
And like I said, you scored a perfect 800 on your SAT literature exam, and that is also incredible, because I can't tell you how small of a percentage of high school students across the country can score a perfect on their literature exam. So kudos to you for that. Yeah, I cannot tell you how amazing that really is. So you mentioned that the Spokane Indian community has actually been a really big part of your life. So how so?
How so? They kind of form a large extended family for me, because ever since I moved here, I've just kind of grown into and with the Spokane Indian community. And so it's been really great, going every weekend and having a large group of people who relate to me ethnically, culturally, traditionally, etc. As well as having a community which I can celebrate traditional Indian holidays with every year, volunteer with, babysit the kids for. It's just a great extended family, as I said.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've got to ask. So what are your plans after high school? I know it's a big question. For the longest time, I hated being asked that too, because, you know, in that mode where you're kind of in limbo, waiting to hear back from a lot of schools, and you're like, you haven't really decided exactly where you're going to go.
Yeah.
So I think now you do know where you're going in the fall, though.
Yes, I'm heading over to Emory University down in Atlanta, where I did grow up. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to major in yet, but I'm kind of torn between STEM fields such as neuroscience and genetics, but also poli-sci and international relations. So I'm kind of torn. I'll have to go there and pick which one. Yeah.
Neat. And what do you see yourself doing in 5-10 years as a career?
I'm planning on attending grad school, and so still learning, still studying. I may take a break between undergrad and grad. As a career, I'm not sure yet. It ranges anywhere from journalism to law to neuroscience, like I said, so I have to pick, and I will be picking in the next year.
You know what's great, though, is that you are so skilled and talented, and you have some ideas, so no matter what you go into, you will have the right mentality and attitude and work ethic to do well. So I wish you the very best in all of that.
I need that.
And before we go, I want to know, what are the words that you think you live by? Is there a phrase that you tell yourself, this kind of defines me?
That's a difficult one. My mom always tells me the time you spend complaining about something could be used to fix it, or it could be used to move on from what you are complaining about. And so I kind of live by that as well. Right. I really look up to her, and that's definitely one of my life mottos. Is heck, the time I could be working towards a solution, whether that's a large solution such as global hunger or social justice issues, or even tiny things such as passing my next test. Could, instead of complaining about what I have to do, I could just be doing it and then saving my time complaining for something else.
It's funny because a lot of my peers will say, oh, I need to, study for that test. I need to study for that test. But while they're complaining for it, they could actually be
doing it.
So
exactly.
Those are great words to live by. Elena, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I wish you nothing but the best. I know you'll be very, very successful. You've already proven that in your high school career. And we thank you for joining us, too, on this June edition of Youth Spotlight, brought to you by the Spokesman Review and Spokane Talks. We do want to thank our great sponsor, Greater American Construction, for sponsoring this series, honoring youth in our region each month. We'll see you in July's Youth Spotlight. See you later.
Thanks again for taking care of the painting.
I got this.
Bye.
Weekends are made for painting. Let the experts at Rada Paint take care of you.
Hi. This looks amazing.
Rada Paint, over 80 years of quality, tradition, and trust. Find it in every can.
To help you be safe, Washington state law requires you to call 811 2 full business days before you plan, for example, to dig, drill, plow, pull from, or pound anything into the ground. Be prepared to provide the operator with the correct address, cross street, and the description of your work. You must mark the dig area with white paint. The operator will inform you of the utilities notified of your impending excavation. Wait for all their marks. Be safe and dig with care.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Well, welcome back. I'm kind of excited that we're going to get to show the next little clip because about 2 weeks ago, Ryan McNeese and Vinny and several of us went out to the Z Nation set out in at Eastern Washington University, actually, is where they were shooting several of their programs out there. And I got a chance to talk with a longtime friend, Mark Dahlstrom, who is one of the founding members of North by Northwest. So here's that interview.
On the set here, Kent Adams with Mark Dahlstrom, who was one of the original fellas
in North by Northwest, and we go back, what, 27, 28 years?
28, 29, coming up on, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Time flies. Huh?
Yeah, we were just kids,
we
though,
were
right?
babies.
Yeah, high school, maybe first year of high school. Happy to be part of North by Northwest, in that I remember handing you and Rich Cowan your very first check for a project you did for us.
Yeah, you were.
And so here you are. You've grown a little since then.
Just a little bit, yeah. But that's, it's those projects that we started with you and Washington Water Power at the time.
Boy, it goes back.
That's the seed that grew the big tree. And
I got to ask this because you guys have done so many great things, great commercials, great movies in town. I think of The Basket and some others. Yeah. And now this is the 5th year of Z Nation. Yeah. And not too many series go more than a year or two. So 5 years is darn good, isn't it? Yeah. Are you having fun?
Having a great time. Yeah. It's like any job. Some days are better than others, but for the most part, it's like, it's what we set out to do 30 years ago when we started the company. We all looked at each other and said, love LA, love Southern California, love the film business, but would really prefer to live in
we do it in our hometown.
Yeah, we want to live in Spokane, we want to raise our families in Spokane, and we want to do high quality work. Yeah. And just said, why can't we do that?
And we all met your objectives.
Yeah, we said we can. So when you have an opportunity to work a show like this, it's great writing, great cast, great crew. Locations are spectacular, and we've had a little luck, and we've had some success. So it's been great.
Thank you for inviting us on the set today, and congratulations for all that you guys do in Spokane.
You. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
They say it takes a community to raise a family. It also takes one to build a business. I came to Spokane 12 years ago as a Whitworth student, and I planned to leave after graduation. But the more I got to know this community, the more I wanted to become a part of it. My husband and I have built our business in Spokane, and now we're raising our family here too. We operate a consulting company that provides creative business development strategies. Our approach is holistic and dependent on intentional connections and relationships. And no one understands connections and relationships better than GSI. They direct momentum towards investments in our community, provide resources that help business leaders connect, and they're dedicated and passionate about making Spokane great. GSI gives me the confidence to build my business here because they believe every organization, even a small one like mine, adds big value to our community. With GSI's help, Spokane will be a place my son will want to build his career too. I'm Eva Marquette, owner of Freshview. We're creating something greater with Greater Spokane Incorporated.
Hi, this is Kurt Stockwell with Well Dressed Walrus. We are a local website design and development company here in Spokane. What we do is build beautiful, usable websites for local businesses. A website needs to be beautiful, it needs to be usable for your users, your customers, and yourself. Contact us anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your online marketing.
What? You haven't been to the library lately? Stop in today and see that the library is more than books. Spokane County Library District facilities feature on-site technology, including Wi-Fi, computers, and printers, as well as free use of meeting rooms. The Library District offers events and programs for all ages, from story times to career development and employer classes to Social Security workshops. Our staff is well trained and happy to help. Find out more about your library at scld.org.
Spokane Talks Live is produced in Spokane, Washington by Spokane Talks Online LLC, which is solely responsible for its content. To recommend a guest or topic, or to see this program again, please visit our website, SpokaneTalksOnline.com. Spokane Talks Live is brought to you by our friends at Homes for You and Breakthrough Incorporated. Join us next Wednesday, noon, for another nourishing conversation on Spokane Talks Live.